That means that in order to, so I have anxiety. My body is telling me go get carbs. All right, so but now we're going to face a very important question. Now I have anxiety goes up, therefore I'm getting carbs. I'm getting carbs, I am basically getting ready for action or strong emotion. Now here comes the problem. What if my view of what's coming was wrong? What if I think I cannot handle what's coming, but actually I can? Right? It's actually not that bad at all. So now I have way too much carbs or too high glycemic for what's coming. Now what? By the way, here comes the insulin reaction because now I have carbs I'm not going to use. And then here comes insulin. Now I'm going to store fat. I'm going to have way too much insulin, and then there's a number of shit that's going to happen. So literally, feeding anxiety with carbs depends on actually what's coming. So what happens if we have kids at school? We give them carbs, they get like this, and we stop giving them recess, where they can actually use the carbs. So we're going to make them fat. We're going to make them insulin resistant. And on top of it, we're going to drive their anxiety through the roof, which is what you see with boys in school.
Yeah, so behaviors.
Behaviors, exactly. So now you're destroying their behavior. And you're actually doing something far worse than that, is you are teaching them to go into freeze, which is where I'm going next, which is the most damaging things we can do to human beings, is actually what we're doing to kids in school. So that's where I need. But so there is a relationship between anxiety and the need for carbs. It's not that it's bad to have carbs. It's that if you don't want anything with it, then yes, we're going to actually create some major behavioral issue in kids. So either we stop giving them carbs and we start giving them recess, or we start to understand how the whole thing works. Right now, what we're doing with kids is a nightmare. So since we want them to study, we should give them fat, not carbs. Or give them fat, and then 1 hour recess, you give them, not candy, never, but you give them carbs and you say, go beat the shit out of each other. It works for boys. Go literally wrestle for an hour. Then you're going to come back, give them fat, and then they'll be ready to work. The problem is we're doing the worst possible thing we can do to them. So it creates such, so in that sense, carbs will create behavioral issues. In that sense, right? But again, the lower the confidence, the higher the anxiety. So now you have a feedback loop, right? You're going to do nothing about it. It's going to make you crash. You have less confidence, more anxiety. And then we can go like this forever, which of course, high anxiety means you start to freak out, you have carbs, because you need to lower the anxiety because you can't take it anymore. The problem is you're supposed to take the anxiety away by acting, not by eating carbs. So now we're creating an entire dependence. Instead of having a dependence on action and emotion, we're having a dependence on carbs, which of course only fits the problem. And so now we're left in an impossible situation, right?